Civil War comic book, Captain America Civil War movie. Which was better? That's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be discussing, sharing my opinions, which I think is better between Captain America Civil War the movie, Marvel Civil War comic book. This video is the first of many comparison videos I'm going to be doing throughout the week, so be sure to subscribe to get my other comparison videos. I'm going to be comparing Captain America Civil War to The Dark Knight. I'm going to be comparing the Captain America trilogy to The Dark Knight. I'm going to be comparing Captain America Civil War to Batman v Superman. So be sure to subscribe to get those videos. Okay, so I've got notes here. This is how we're gonna structure this video. First, I'm going to talk about the scale of each adaptation. Then I'm going to talk about the reason for the registration. Then I'm going to talk about each side's arguments from both adaptations, the movie and the comic book. Then I'm going to give my overall story, then the conclusion, my final verdict. Okay, the scale of adaptation, topic 1. The scale of adaptation. So did I say scale of adaptation? I meant the scale of each adaptation. My bad. Okay. Yeah. So without question, we all know this. The comic book Civil War had a much larger scale, because it was basically the whole event, the whole Marvel universe, the whole every major hero, every hero, even some B, C, D list heroes on each side between Cap and Team America. It was every hero. Whereas the movie, it was literally just 6 versus 6. It was between 12 people. And even two of them weren't even on supposed to be. 2 of them were just there to help, give a helping hand. Spider-Man and Ant-Man, they were just there to help each side. So it really is 5 versus 5. So without question, the comic book Civil War wins this round because it has a much larger scale. There's so many heroes, and I understand why the movie cannot do this, because you have to juggle because if they did a half of how many heroes were in the Civil War comic book, this movie will fall to pieces. It will fall to pieces because no one will have any character development. We won't like hear everyone's point of view. We won't hear everyone's motivations for joining each team. It's just too much to handle. So I don't blame them, but I have to give round 1 to the Civil War comic book. Round 2, the reason for the government wanting to wanted to control each group of heroes respectively, from the comic book universe to the movie universe. Okay, so the comic book universe, the government want to it's called they make up this thing called the Superhero Registration Act, whereas the movie universe make up this thing called the Sokovia Accords. If you've watched the movie and you've read the comic books, you will know that these two are completely different. They're not the same. The Sokovia Accords is basically the government wanting to control the Avengers' activities. The government want the Avengers to report to them before they go out on missions. Whereas the Superhero Registration Act is that if you register, you have to reveal your identity. And for me, which one I think is the stronger, is the best out of the two, it's the best reason for registering out of the two, I would say the movie. I'll say the Sokovia Accords, because I don't really see how unmasking yourself or revealing your identity will improve the safety of others, or I don't know, to be honest. I just didn't understand that. Excuse me for that. That was my iPad. Looks like I got a message. Anyway, yeah, so I don't see how it will affect the safety. I don't really see how. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reread the Civil War comic book, see if I missed it, because it's been a while since I read it. I got it on trade paperback, but it's back at home in my family's home. So maybe when I go back home from uni, I'll read it again. And also, I'm gonna read the tie-ins as well, so that I can glue everything together, see what bits I'm missing. So yeah, conclusion for this category, I'll give it to the Sokovia Accords, aka the Civil War movie. The next category is each side's arguments for both adaptations. So for the comic book Civil War, Iron Man's argument is that each hero should be registered, because he feels that because there's this woman, I can't remember her name fully, she convinced him to join Team Iron Man. Team Iron Man? I keep getting these things mixed up. She convinced him to register because her son is got caught up in the explosion. So Iron Man wants people to be revealed, to reveal their identity, so that they can hold themselves, so that they can know who these people are, basically. Whereas Cap thinks that they need to protect people. Superheroes need to protect their identities because they have families. If they reveal their identity, it loses their freedom. It sets a target on their back, basically, and it makes it personal. So that's Cap's argument in the Civil War comic book. Whereas the movie, Tony wants the Sokovia Accords because he feels responsible for all the things that has happened in the past, and this is what I love about the Sokovia Accords. I love each side's arguments because I neither are right, neither are wrong. Whereas I feel in the comic books, I think strongly agree Cap is right, and that. But in the movie, I don't know. I'm always switching sides because I've seen this movie 3 times. Each time I've come out on a different side. So this is why I love that. That's why I'm giving this round to the movie Civil War, because I feel that it has a stronger argument. Because Tony's argument for the movie is that he feels responsible. Like I said before, he feels responsible because he created Ultron, and Ultron nearly destroyed the whole planet. So all of his past experiences is why he wants to register for the Sokovia Accords. Whereas Cap doesn't believe this because what he's been through throughout the event of the Winter Soldier. He used to be the guy who used to trust the government. He used to be the guy who trusted leadership, who trusted authority. But look what happened in the Winter Soldier. Their authority was basically Hydra, and Hydra is the enemy. So he doesn't want to go back to that exact same situation because he fears the government could be. He doesn't know the government's secret agendas, because they could have secret agendas like Hydra did. So I really love this argument. That's one of the reasons why I love this movie. So I've given this round to Civil War. The movie Captain America Civil War, the movie. So the overall story, this is the last category, overall story. The overall story is basically what I just said. For the comic book, whether you should unmask yourself or not, the Civil War has a much deeper story. It's more than just the Sokovia Accords, because you have the Sokovia Accords, yes, but then you have the Bucky storyline from the Winter Soldier, because this movie is a follow-up from the Winter Soldier. So this is what I like about it. Whereas the Civil War comic book, it's just about literally just about the registration act. There's nothing more to it, nothing less. There's no other storyline. That it's just the registration act. Whereas the Civil War movie is 2 stories into one, and they handle it so well. So that's why I just love how they balance the Sokovia Accords storyline with the Bucky story. But my only complaint, and I forgot to say this in my spoilers or non-spoilers review, is that we didn't actually get a resolution to the Sokovia Accords storyline, but we got a resolution to the Winter Soldier storyline. But because the Sokovia Accords was pushed back, it was like secondary to the Bucky storyline once Bucky came into the frame in the movie. That was my second complaint without the movie. Those are the only 2. That complaint and Zemo's plan. Those are the only 2 complaints I had throughout the whole movie. Other than that, the movie was perfect. So yeah, the overall story, I'll give it to Civil War. I'll say the Captain America Civil War movie has the better overall story. So in conclusion, it's 3-1. The scale of each adaptation goes to the Civil War comic book, the reason for registration, each side's argument, and the overall story. They all go to Captain America Civil War the movie. So it's 3-1. So there you go. That's what I think. I think Captain America Civil War is ultimately better than Marvel Civil War comic book storyline. So what do you think? Do you think it's the other way around? Do you like the comic book Civil War better than the movie Civil War? Share your thoughts down below in the comments. So like I said in the beginning of this video, this is the first of many comparison videos that I'm going to do throughout this week. So be sure to subscribe to get my other comparison videos. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later for more videos.